Look at this. Look, how we doing, peeps? It's been a while since we've done any live streaming on YouTube, and I'm on here playing with my pussy, as you can see, which is a bit. Excuse me, it's a bit naughty. Yeah, interesting times. Interesting times. We're in very interesting times. The reason why I've not used this YouTube channel I just haven't used it, is because I got blocked and banned for sharing information, and ended up with 2 strikes on the channel. So I've really got to be just like an angel now and do what angels do and wear my angel wings, so that 3 strikes and you're out. You see, 3 strikes and you're out, people. But what I want to talk about is some really good things that are going on right now. I want to talk about a court case, 2 court cases last week. Yeah, I'm not. What you're not going to get on this channel is me talking about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. That's all theatre, as far as I can see. I'm more interested in the daily workings of people and what goes on in their life and the reasons behind why things go on, and that's all. That there's nothing more than that. So last week, a friend of mine was in court. We'll do the unlawful trespass first, okay? A beautiful gentleman named Bob White, 2 years ago, lost his wife. His wife passed away of cancer. Very sad. His poor Irene, she passed away. And he found himself in a situation where Kent police surrounded his house, a PC Belmont and a PC Dunn, Police Constable Dunn and Police Constable Belmont, with locksmiths, etc., etc. Now, these locksmiths all get excited when they turn up. They really do get excited. They, what are we doing? Going front or back door? It's like they can't wait to get their tools and their drills out. And Kent police say, oh, yeah. So, but after 2 years of this, Bob having his rear door smashed in by Belmont and Dunn and being tasered, and being Sergeant, one of them, Sergeant Belmont, actually grabbed Bob's testicles and was twisting them, as if they were some sort of door knockers. I'm not too sure. And they give Bob a good hiding. Bob's a strong individual. Anyway, there's just been a court case last week in Maidstone Crown Court, and the judge, Griffiths, I think the surname of this judge, last name of this judge, Griffith, as Bob won the case, he was found completely exonerated by a jury of 14 people, and it now transpires that Kent police are trespassers, unlawful trespassers. And the very interesting thing about this is that when they trespass and they stand and step outside of their office, that they lose all protection. Even today, even 2022, they still lose protection. And they're now down as unlawful trespassers. Isn't that beautiful? That this judge sided and went with the law instead of speaking and bolstering and protecting the police. Fair play to the judge and fair play to Bob White for bringing this to everyone's attention. So now we've got the case law on that. We've got the case law, you see, which is beautiful. It is really, really, really beautiful. Let me see if I can get onto YouTube and see your comments, because I can't see. I don't know why, but I can't see your comments. And I think I should be able to see your comments in the chat room. I don't know why I can't see your comments, but there we go. Oh, here we can. They can't hide behind a number of limited company. So that's the thing. They can't hide no more, because we've now got the case law that says a bailiff and police can't work together. And once the police step outside, they lose all protection. All right. Whether they got a uniform on or not, it doesn't matter. They lose protection. So that's really, really fabulous. Now in Blackpool, Living St Anne's, up around that area, a friend of mine last week, Simon Muller, was in court, and it was recorded. I don't know who did the recording, but I've listened to it and it's beautiful. 3 magistrates got up and run out, and they turned around and said to him, right, we're carrying on regardless and Simon went mad at him. He said, "You ain't doing nothing." He said, "You're committing treason and you're well outside." And these magistrates, all three of them, got up and walked out the courtroom. Now, here's the thing. Simon's relative, one of them, works as administration in that court, and they was all pulled in after that case, which was at the end of the day, about 4:30, 5 o'clock, and they were told not to mention it. It was not going to be mentioned. Nobody in that building that witnessed what went on with Simon Muller and all the witnesses that went and stood by him were not allowed to talk about it. It was not put in any newspapers or anything like that. This is honestly the Lempsey's criminals. And they're criminals, make no mistakes about it. Our courts, whether you know or you don't know, our courts are run by criminals. They're run by the Freemasonry. They're run by the mafia. And it's about time we took our courtrooms back and we took our country back for the people, by the people. Trust me, it really, really, really is. We need to do this. But we're now chipping away. We're now properly chipping away, and we're revealing all of the frauds that go on. And another thing, because I haven't been here for such a long time, is that we're all starting our own limited companies in our names. Now, when you look at it, all these bailiff companies, they're just limited companies. Marston's Limited, Kingdom Limited, they're just limited companies. Well, we start our own limited companies up in our own names, and we've done this. And it means that we're the directors of our own vessels, okay? It's very powerful. It puts us back in England and back into the jurisdiction of England, and nationality goes down as English. I know, you're all going, oh, my word, never knew that, never knew that. It's true. It really does. So, we're in very exciting times, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very exciting times. But I'm mindful of the words that I use and the messages that I'm going to bring through on this YouTube channel now, because I've had 2 strikes and my channel is 3 strikes and you're out. Not as I'm bothered, because I find it extremely detrimental to people when truth is suppressed and your truth is labeled as conspiracy or labeled as non-factual. What is factual? What is non-factual? Nobody knows. Who has the license or the decision of what is a fact and what's not a fact? Certainly not the establishment, certainly not YouTube, and certainly not Facebook. We're in exciting times. We really are. And Bob White, through winning his court case last week, now obviously he's going to be going after Kent Police and the 2 individuals that did actually unlawfully trespass on him. Okay, and the point about it is that the police have lost their immunity. All right, he assaulted the police, but they were just a criminal element at the time. They might as well have taken their uniform off and took it out the back and burnt it. It wasn't no use to them because they've gone and stepped outside of their office. Now, I'm pretty sure Kent Police will be feeling this. I'm pretty sure that amongst the ranks of Kent Police, that this determination and this case will be sending shockwaves through them and thinking, well, we now better stop helping bailiffs. The police are not supposed to help bailiffs. Jesus Jones, good afternoon. That case law is going to change quite a lot of police behaviour. Yes, really is. And this is why I'm excited to bring you this information today. Only truth tellers get banned, Dave. Yes, Chris, we do. We do get banned, but we don't care because we're strong people, all right? And we generally just laugh. We just laugh when this stuff happens. When we get silenced, when we got told we can't say what we've got to say, we laugh. I laugh. I don't take it too serious, but I just don't want this channel to be struck off. I do quite like my little YouTube channel, and I love coming in and talking to you guys because you're all just amazing. And provided that we all share the stories, share the wealth of information, and share what the system is and what the system should be doing, then we can hold it accountable. That's the big thing. We need to hold, because they all tell us, no, we're liars and that this doesn't happen, and that the Kent Police laugh now when you mention trespass. They just seem to swagger around and go, oh, yeah, no, that's ancient stuff. But let me tell you, it's not ancient. It's still with us because it's been proven now by a jury of 14 last week that unlawful trespass is still a thing. And if you work in public office, that there's parameters that you're allowed to go to. You're not allowed to become law breakers. And that's exactly what PC Dunn and PC Bellman have done. They've become law breakers and lost all protection under the law. They lost it. And they were no longer police constables at the time, but they were actually outlaws and they were common criminals. It's going to be very interesting to see the fallout of that, to be fair. It's going to be very, very interesting to see just how far this goes, because if you print off the case law, Queen versus Mr. Bob White, and you print that off, and whenever any police come round with a bailiff, knock at your door, we're coming to take this, you tell them, listen, you're not allowed to assist, and if you do jump that fence across that line, you're going to get warned. And that means you're going to become a trespasser and you're going to get 3 warnings. And if you still continue to trespass after that, then bad things can come your way. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. And I'm pretty sure at that point that the police now are going to be backtracking on what they get up to with these bailiffs. We've been smashed over the head by these people for years. For years, these systems, these bailiffs, these police have been running amok with us. Not anymore. They're really going to start coming under the cosh. Energy companies like Utility Warehouse, with their bailiffs turning up at your front door, just kicking your door in, swapping meters out. Mate, listen, you've got a free rein now. You warn them. If they don't pay no attention, that's it. They lose all protection of the law. Don't forget, they're not police either. Trespass is trespass, guys and girls. Unlawful trespass. Unlawful trespass is unlawful. Where's the proper warrants? There's no proper warrants. Proper warrants, these companies now are going around with warrants that they just print. We know British Gas print their own warrants. It's heinous. It's criminal. What they're getting up to is a criminal. They're a criminal fraternity. They're a criminal empire. But now we've got judges that are holding these people accountable. I can just imagine that judge never wanted to do what he did. But because of the way that Bob and the crew went about the case and the way that they put it across and the jury found him not guilty on all counts, the judge had no choice but to issue that judgment that Kent police are now unlawful trespassers in civil matters. It's awesome, guys. Listen, this is fabulous. You need to print it off. You need to keep it for yourselves. You really do. You can't expect, you just can't accept that they are slaves to the bank manager themselves because of the birth certificate. They work for the person their soul is at stake. Absolutely right. You're right. I want to know how much compo he's going to get. I hope it's in the millions, but I can only dream. Bob will do well. Bob will hold these people to task now. You know, he's got a good way about him. Despite all what he's gone through. Like now, we've all gone through things. We've all felt over the last few years the aggression of these private corporations. But let me tell you guys, once you form up your own limited company, let me show you. I'll show you a picture. It's $14.99. You can do it on Companies House, or I did mine through Companies Made Simple. And we've now got ID cards, which I can show you which website to go to get them printed off. And let me tell you, when a bailiff comes to your door and he sees your limited company sign, he's going to go and do his checks. He's going to realise his bosses are probably going to say, you best get out of there. And they're going to go on their merry way, because don't forget, when you're limited, you have limited liability. We have private limited companies, just like Tony Blair Limited, Boris Johnson Limited, Priti Patel Limited, David Paul Witcher Limited. You can all go and do these checks on. You can find my company details on Companies House. So here we go. David Paul Witcher Limited. Okay. Authorised agent. There's the company number. We've got that on the front door. So they want to come and play, up to them. But directors of limited company, we had someone in court a few months ago that wouldn't move from their name being limited because it's expression of the trust. And someone from the CPS come out and told everyone in the court to call the Jets because you're not incumbent to the UK no more. You're back in England. It clearly states that you're back in England and that your nationality is English. That's all we ever want. The Companies House do the hard work for us. Beautiful. We make the company dormant, okay? Tony Blair Limited's a dormant company. Boris Johnson Limited is a dormant company. That's how these MPs are operating. It all just goes down through trust, yeah? So if you die and you've got your limited company, whoever you've got in line, your kids or whoever, they just take over a position in the company, and there's no inheritance taxes. There's no selling of property. It's really, really good. Really, really good. Go through Duport. It takes 10 minutes company, compare it to Companies House, and they ask loads of stupid questions. Duport, I use Companies Made Simple. It takes about a quarter of an hour to do it on Companies Made Simple. Jesus Jones says police are unlawful trespassers in civil cases. They are. They're not supposed to help the bailiffs. And now we've got the case law that says that they clearly cannot. And if they break their oaths and if they come out outside their office, then they're no longer police. They might as well just be Bob, the robber, coming to nick your back door. That's what they become. They do not have the protection of that uniform. And that High Court judge has clearly sent them a warning sign. So you use your name and put limited company. Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. You put your full name, your birth certificate name, you make it limited, you make it dormant. It's expressing the trust. It's expressing of the trust, because they're all ships, limited companies, all from the city, whether it's a utility warehouse, British Gas, whatever. They're all just limited companies. They all have directors and shareholders. But you get your own limited company in your name, all right, for $14.99, you make it dormant. That's it. You've got your own ship, which you've pulled up on the land, and your ropes, your chains are firmly on the deck. And only you let who you want on that limited company. Remember, private limited companies have limited liability. Simple as. That's it. So this is what we've done. And this is what we learned their game. By the way, you might want to go and look and research the Hornsey Wood Academy Truth Talk series of videos on YouTube. Start at number 1, listen and go through the process, and you too can start your own limited company in your name. It's going to cost you $13.99 a year just to do a financial statement, a yearly review statement, just to say the company's dormant. That's it. There's no accounts or nothing like that. Go to Truth Talk on Rumble, where Hornsey Wood talks about limited company. Yes. It's fabulous. We're really having fun with it. Really having fun. We got bailiffs and that turn up at people's houses, and they're just scratching their head. They turned up at Frank McElherron's house the other week, ex-copper, now bailiff, and he went to clamp the car. And Frank went, "Excuse me, what do you think you're doing?" He said, "No, mate, that's limited company property." He said, "If you touch that," he said, "you're going to get a massive bill." He said, "The name's trademarked as well." He said, "You'll be responsible for the license fee." The guy put the clamp back in the car and jogged off down the road. We're seeing there, people. I've got my plaque up on the front wall. Limited company, the company number with the postcode in box. All right. Anyone turns up, I just go, "Can you read?" They say, "Yeah." I say, "Go and read that." They go and read it. They go away. They make a phone call. They disappear. We're not having no trouble with them at all anymore. So we're going to win this. We are certainly going to win this. Make no mistake. Why are we going to win it? Because this is our country. This is our land. All right. And it's us, the people, that are the value. We are the value. We're not subservient. Money's not the value. We're the value. We're the equity. This living, breathing vessel is the equity. Okay. And we should have proper rights over our property while we can never own anything. We're just a beneficial interest holder. We're just a beneficiary, right? That's it. But we should be able to decide what goes on with our kids, what goes on with our cars, what goes on within our homes. Should we have anyone in the public just to be able to come across our threshold without lawful excuse? No. And this judgment has proved that we have the absolute right and beneficial interest. We're the beneficial interest holders, guys. We are the souls, not the corporations. They're really not. So, yeah, we're having some good fun there. Just can't accept their slaves to the bank manager. All police are slaves as well. They don't realise that it's coming for them. They don't realise. We got many coppers now using food banks. We got many, and I've actually got police ringing me, not registering their children. Will you help me, Dave? For what? What do you want me to help you with? Well, we're watching your videos, and we don't want to register our children. We don't want to give them away to the state. I'm like, brought tears to my eyes. Serving police men and women ringing me, asking me, how do they not register their children? And now they've gone off and started their own limited companies, etc., 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 and they're going on their journeys, which is fabulous. Which is fabulous, because don't forget, everyone is in the system. Everyone is got mortgages and bills to pay, and they're just trying to dodge the bullet. That's all. So can we blame them? Yes and no. Yes and no. It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? They're just doing what they're doing so they can pay their mortgages and pay their bills and try and keep a smile on their face. But I think the gloss is certainly wearing off that job. If I was going public sector, I'd probably just go and work for the fire brigade, strangely enough, because fire brigade are still heroes in this country, proper heroes. So you use your name and put limited, yes, and there. It's a game changer. It is an absolute game changer. I had a guy turn up here the other week from an energy company wanting to come and check a gas supply. And I said to this dude, excuse me, I said, what are you doing in my property? Because my gate was open. We had two women here doing the horses, and I'd just come back from measuring a job up. And I said to him, what are you doing? And as soon as I said to him, I said, see your name of your company? He said, yeah. I said, just a limited company, right? He said, yeah. I said, now go and read that plaque. What does it say? He said, David Paul Witcher Limited. I said, right, you're looking at the director. I'm in England. I'm English. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah. And he was worried. You could see that he started hyperventilating. I said, mate, I'm not going after you because you don't know no better. I'm going after your bosses. And I have. I've gone after the heads of these companies, and I've not heard nothing back after serving them. And that tells me that what can they come back and say? They're just animals. A friend of mine has deregistered a car and now got private plates. Debs, you'll have to tell me all about that. Do you ring them or just do it on the line? Computer. Companies made simple, just do it online, yeah? And go to the Hornsey Wood Truth Talks page on Facebook, okay? And it shows you on there exactly what you have to do, how to do the company, how to make it dormant, and how to do your compliment statements once a year just to keep everything all right. Lauren Page, who's tuned in right now, he's got his plaque on his front door. Lauren Page Limited, appointment only, is fabulous. This is a real game changer. But Deb, I'd be very interested in to know that deregistration process and how to get the private plates on, because I'm pretty there with a DVLA. A damning video on Panorama the other week under one of these undercover channels. Someone went and got a job in the DVLA, and what they found that was going on inside the DVLA was horrific, and it really bothered them. Really bothered them. The DVLA have lost their way, as of all as public sector workers. They've all properly lost their way. So yeah, Debs, we're very interested in that process of deregistration, because I've got an old BMW which I want to get back out on the road at some point, if I can afford the fuel, by the way. Remember, also, we're looking at letters patents. Letters patents is something that the monarch gives, the Crown monarch gives to all Crown agents. And if a Crown agent, i.e. a council, a limited company acting as a bailiff, doesn't have as a letter patents, they got no authority. No authority, because they certainly don't have any authority from the monarch. The monarchs in 1571, the letters patents, right? They're supposed to have letters patents. If they haven't got it, they're not legitimate. They're not legitimate, and they're just a private company. Got a tune for you, bro. Send it over, darling. I'll find out and let you know. Please do, Deb. Really look forward to finding out about that one. Guys, we got to get back to a time where we're all private. Before I disappear, we're almost at 25 minutes. We used to always be, right, men and women in this great land were private, right? We used to keep private family Bibles. We only went to church to put all of our loved ones in the church records, in your local registry at the church. That was it. We never went through this centralized communism system. of registration, okay? And we need to get away from all of that. We need to make everything small again. And when we keep our own family Bibles and we don't register our property, we hold our power. We remain sovereign. It's so important, guys. The drummer of the Foo Fighters, 52, Travers, whatever his name is, found dead in the last few days. Drugs. What a talent, man. It's so, look, drugs is the devil's work, guys. Let me tell you. And I only hope that his soul's gone to a good place. But that's sad, isn't it? My word. Drugs and stuff that go on. The amount of life that's lost the Foo Fighters here. I didn't mind some of their stuff, to be fair. I didn't mind some of it. A friend of mine did register their car and they got private plates. That's so exciting. Was it drugs or the V? We don't know, Jesus Jones. I have to be a bit careful of what I say on here because, I mean, I've been off of work myself now for 8 to 10 days. I've had a bad chest and everything. Have I gone running to doctors? No, I've just been dosing myself up with Benylin and loads of cough sweets, and I'm feeling better. And a few more days, and we're going to be back on track, back living the dream. I don't find hospitals a very promising proposition right now. Okay, I think so much has been going on within the NHS, and I'm hoping that in time, truth will out. Of what's been going on behind closed doors in there, to be fair. Not drugs, Dave. It was the poison that killed him. Well, that's quite sad. And with Shane Warne as well, the cricketer. And who was the other guy? Can't think of his name. But, yeah, you got to wonder, haven't you? No, I'm someone that's not had none of this. I've not had none of it. And I never will do. Look into Rife and Spooky 2 machines, much better than doctors or hospitals. Absolutely right. I've got a mate that, funnily enough, uses a TENS machine to get some electrical pulses into his body. Spooky 2's a good, man. And the Raymond Rife machine is really good. So, guys, the video today was, we've just had some fabulous news, all right? The Queen versus Robert White in Maidstone Crown Court last week is now down on the record for and on behalf of the Crown that Kent police are unlawful trespassers and that they had and stepped outside of their office and became common criminals. PC Dunn, PC Belmont, common criminals, helping and assisting bailiffs. And I just hope that we all learn from this, that we all get on it, and that we all write to our chief constables and let them know you're trespassers. If you come here, you're going to get some warnings. If you don't heed the warnings, you're going to be stripped of all your immunity and there's going to be trouble coming. I just want people to be happy. I want families to be happy. I want you to be safe in your property. I don't want a state party coming across your threshold and kicking the shit out of you in your own homes. That's disgusting. It's disgraceful, and we need to stop it. We really do. Barry Wickens, darling, how are you? Pure Bloods Limited here. Yes, Chris, I'm loving that, my old fruit. I really am. You're a good man. And my mate Simon Muller that stood up in the court last week up at Blackpool, Livingston Anne's Way, and all their magistrates walked out. He told them, you ain't doing nothing to me. You're treasonous rats. You've got no authority to touch me or to tell me what to do. And they all got and ran out. And they told all their court staff, he's not going to be mentioned. Nobody's going to mention it. No one's going to know about it. Well, people are going to know about it because loudmouths like me are going to get the word out there. Because we as a people, we're fed up of this. Barry Wickens himself, I do believe, worked for P&O Ferries. I don't know if you're still there, Baz, but the other week, P&O Ferries went into administration. They was all told to stay at home, and the Lord knows what's going on within that workplace. But I can only imagine it is hard work right now. I feel for you, Baz. I really do. But I only hope that you've got enough nous about you to ride the storm. I really do. You're a good man. Sounds like he's got balls. Jesus Jones, proper balls. Simon Muller has got proper big balls. I found it very interesting that the court said no one's going to mention this. No one is to talk about this. The court managers look worried. They look scared. They don't want everyone knowing that to challenge the system, you've just got to grow a pair of testicles and stand up and tell them no. It's what we have to do, guys. He walked in there with his King James Version Bible in his hand, and they knew it. They see it. And he told them straight, you ain't doing nothing. And they didn't, and they can't, because he took control as the man of that farce. The courtrooms are a farce, guys. We're just on a plantation, and we're all customers, apparently. Us, the men and women of this great country, to the system are now customers. Do you know how sick that is? I don't have the right sign there, lol. Of course you do, darling. What sign you got up on your door? Got to get a book on how to grow testicles, lol. Lauren Anthony Page Limited, trademarked. Oh, I say. Well, the trademark, you can spend 170 quid. That's for 10 years. That's £17 a year. If anyone uses your name, your trademark name, after they've been warned, well, they cop for the license fee. And it's quite easy to sue them under the trademark. And I'm interested to know, guys, does anybody know out there in internet world how to get a case into a court without having to pay all their stupid application fees and do all the begging, to actually how we just get the due process that we are entitled to? Of course, we're entitled to due process of law. They've robbed us of our judiciary. They've robbed us of our justice system, guys and girls, and they've turned us all into customers. Justice shall not be denied nor delayed. That's our ancient laws and rights. No, Dave P&O just sacked all its employees, not in admin employed foreign labour in its place. Oh, my days. Are you working then, or you're not working, Barry? I mean, my heart goes out to you, bruv. I remember seeing your page that you posted first thing in the morning, because you was all told to stay at home because you didn't know what was going on. Must be a right drama, mate. I hope you're all good. Yeah, no, I got to TM on my sign, lol. God bless you. Disgusting, that big time. Yeah, very disgusting. So we need to get into these courts. We need to get into the judiciary. We need to let them know that they're playing with us, and they ought not to be playing with us. All right, we're not their customers. Guys and girls, we're not their customers. Make no mistakes about it. And they're so sick if they consider us to be dead lost at sea and that we're just customers. And they're nicking our houses, nicking our kids and nicking our cars. It's so, mate, may the good Lord have mercy on their souls, I'm telling you. Because we're at a point now where we've got no choice but to stand. As you all know, your energy bills are going through the roof. Your gas, your electric, your food, your petrol at the pumps is going through the roof. Isn't it? And it's a matter of time until everyone's bank accounts get pretty much emptied and fleeced, and that you're not going to be able to pay your bills, pay mortgage. I've got a mate of mine who's a train driver, and he's probably on about 90 grand a year, right? That's not to be sniffed at. And I was putting a bath in for him a couple of weeks ago, and I said to him, why is your boiler thermostat down on 2? He said, Dave, my bills have gone up from £90 a month for gas and electric to 251 and projected to go up much higher than that. I've got to find a way of saving money. And I'm like, oh, my days, the psychology involved in these energy companies doing what they're doing. They're hitting everyone so badly in the house now. It's disgusting. No, Dave, I left 18 months ago, but my lad was on there. Oh, bless him, mate. He's all right, mate. I really do. Listen. When you've got train drivers and that now making conscious decisions to turn their boiler stacks down so they save energy, mate, this world's a changing place, because it's affecting everybody now. It's not just affecting a certain portion of people in out there in the world, the middle class, the lower classes. It's affecting the upper echelons. My mate's got a 4-bed detached house, and he's now worried how he's going to start paying for all the bills and put this all together. God bless him. God bless him. And let me tell you, the misery that these energy companies and these private corporations, and why are they doing it? Is it the cost of gas has gone up? No. I tell you what's happened. In 2008, 2009, when the banks got bailed out, we was all told that they was bailed out by the people's money. Incorrect. what actually happened was 50 big, large corporations bailed everybody out, right? And then what they did, they was given carte blanche into how they operate their business, how they do their warrants, how they do this, how they do that. And this is why all these big energy companies are now coming round to your houses and fleecing you with the assistance of the police. Why? Because these corporations are under the illusion that they've got the right to do so, because they monopolized over this. This is why you're being fleeced for all your energy. This is why the big fuel companies are fleecing you now. Why? Because they've been given carte blanche to do what they want. Be careful, guys. We've got a really bumpy future coming up, but one that we do win. Make no mistakes about it. I don't care what these big corporations do. I know that common folk, common people with good hearts will bash them, and we will win, and we are going to win, and we're winning now. So, guys, until next time, thanks for tuning in. Sorry it's been so long. I'm mainly over on my Facebook page through my Restream platform. Come and join us on a Thursday night on wakeupuk.net. We're on from 9 o'clock to 10:15, where we put the world to rights, and you can come on the show, air your voices, and get this going. Jesus Jones, love you, mate. You're a good man. I don't know if you're keeping your eye on Graham Moore, Daddy Dragon. I'm not seen him for a while. Pretty much going to give him a call soon and see how he is. But till next time, guys, stay blessed, stay loved, and we'll see you all very soon. But hold on tight. Hold tight onto your wallets. Hold tight to your values, because I'm telling you now, it's going to sweep through town like you've got no tomorrow. But we will win.